All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 68 Charger. Want to go over a little bit about the motor, what we've done to it to this point. Actually had a lot of work done to it in the last couple months, I believe. We actually got sent out to Ray Barton. Ray did a great job. We wanted to try to preserve the block that's in there. It's got a lot of history behind it. So he kind of detuned it, took out some compression, and we've got some plans here to up the boost, get a little bit more power, and make it a little bit more fun on the street. Right now it's putting out about 600 and something rear wheel horsepower, which for all that it's got going on here, it's really mild. We plan on changing that here, probably try to get up into 800 to 900 rear wheel horsepower, with some modifications, some, like I said, some added boost, some meth injection, and just general tuning. I believe in the next couple months, maybe next year, or maybe a winter project. We're not really sure timing yet. We want to go to more of a racing block that we're more comfortable twisting and turning and getting more power out of, so we can put this one on a stand and just have it if we ever want to go back to it. Essentially, it's a Richard Petty racing. It's got some Richard Petty racing history, so we don't want to hurt the block. It's basically
it's a pre-production Hemi, 1956 or 65. I'm sorry, 1965 pre-production Hemi block, which is rare. I mean, it's like before they started manufacturing them for the public. So it was basically a racing block at that point, and it has K heads that are in a box, which is pretty rare. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't be doing what we're doing to it, but you're gonna have some haters out there that are asking us why we did what we did. But when I got the car, it was an old race car from the Petty family, and at the end of the day, that's the history that was given to me by the guy that sold it to me. S&W Racing had a lot of parts in this as I started taking the car apart. So it looked like they did a lot of the four-link work and that kind of stuff, and they've been around a long time. At the end of the day, the car is ultimately, essentially what it is now is a big turd. Okay, so in order to turn the turd into a monster again, what we got to do is we got to turn and spin the blower faster. So I ordered 2 pulleys. I ordered this is a 55 tooth. I ordered a 51 and a 49. Okay, just to say per tooth is like 50 horsepower. Let's just say that. Okay, so we're going down 4 teeth to 51. Should increase the pressure, the boost to 16 from 12 to 16. So that should give you another 100 horsepower.
Okay. But they normally say it's like 20 horsepower per pound of boost.
40 roots. That's what they're telling me. Okay, I don't make the rules. I'm going by what.
No, I just I've always heard 20, but
well, maybe. So
you know how it is. Everyone lies to you, so you don't really know until you get it on
so
the dyno.
If it's 20. That sounds about right. I'm sorry. 20 is about right, because 20 would add 100, not 40, right?
Yeah.
So 20 would add 100, and then down to 49 would supposedly boost us to 19. But at 55, we're supposed to be at 16 pounds of boost, and we're not. So at 51, would I'll put us at 33% over? From 23% to 33% over, and it should put us at 16 pounds of boost. Now what they're telling me is I have to run good gas, okay, which means the high octane 110, but we're using meth injection.
Which should help compensate for that.
Right. So I'm going to run good gas and hit the meth injection while we're on the dyno to make sure we're okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you can't drive the car around on pump gas as long as you don't go in the boost. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to putter around, you can putter around. You're still at 7 to 1.
Yeah, but when does this thing come into boost? It has to be low RPMs.
Actually, it's coming in, around 3,000, 3,500. So it's when it's
pretty late for a blower.
That's right. So they're telling us that the size of the pulley is not going to
change when the boost comes in.
That's right. And I believe that they're wrong.
So do I.
That just doesn't make
backwards.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's like
now these are the guys, the pros that built the shit. Okay, that we're talking to.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, They give you parameters, but I don't really think anybody knows 100% combinations and what they do and how they do it.
Everything's different. It's all unique.
So
Yeah.
to make a long story short, my expectations are the boost is going to come in earlier, okay, and we're going to get to that 16 pounds at a 51 tooth. So that should give us another 100 horsepower. Plus coming in earlier should give us more action and more ass, and you should feel that in the ass pretty well. That should get you where you want to be. But if not, then we go to the 29 tooth, which will put us at 19 to 21 pounds of boost.
Mm-hmm.
If the blower will make that.
I would say what is this thing rated for as far as boost was? I know they have like a normally how hard you can turn them.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what the dyno will tell us. The dyno will tell us
If you
basically
get running out of boost.
basically it'll just it won't make any more boost and it'll just heat up the air and it'll be shit.
Right.
That's when you know you're done. So yeah, and then what can the motor take?
So overall, Ray Barton built the motor to be conservative, and now we're going the opposite way.
Pretty much.
He built it so it wouldn't blow up.
And then we're gonna try to blow it up. Yeah. So you basically build it back off the edge. But prior to sending it to him, it ran better. Prior to sending it to him, almost half blowing up.
Right.
I mean, it was a monster. I mean,
but it was
on the edge.
But everything was slapping around in the motor and everything else, right?
Yeah. So, point being is that should I be doing this? Probably not. Okay. Just to say that motor is pretty rare. The block is rare, but we also decked the block, so that kind of ruined it a little bit. Really what it needs to happen here is a block swap, okay? And, I think on the rebuild, I'm going to dictate what I want versus them giving me what they want.
Right.
So when I go to do the rebuild on this, and it is going to get another motor, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at 9 to 1, okay? Or even 9.5 to 1. And then put this pulley back on so that while I'm having more compression in the motor, and not spinning the blower is hard. And I should still get into to 1,100-1,200 horsepower at that rate. So that's where we're.
Tough part is that's not enough anymore.
Well, yes and no. It depends how heavy the car is. If the car's light, the lighter the car, the faster you'll go.
Yeah.
And weight means a lot more than horsepower and being able to hook it all up.
This has to be a heavy car, though.
Yeah, well, actually, you would think that because of the size of it, and it's still heavy in retrospect. But the front end's all glass, so is the hood. So the floor's been tinned out, and the metal's been the back half of the car's been tinned out, and it's got aluminum floor plans and stuff in it. So yeah, and the floor link is light. But then I added weight. I went back in and I put AC in it, and I got 2 batteries back there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the batteries out, and I'm gonna go to the lithium ion batteries. They're like $1,200 a piece, okay? But they weigh like 7 pounds compared to 57 pounds. So you take 100 pounds out of the car just replacing the 2 batteries.
Right.
So, and then at some point you're saying, well, what are you trying to do here? Well, what I'm trying to do is make a moderately fast car. That's streetable, cruisable, and I mean, the car has real manners. I mean, you got the gear vendor overdrive behind the 727 with that has engine braking in it. It handles well. It's got the new K-frame suspension up front with the coilovers and all that. So it's doing. We're trying to multitask it. So if you find a nice happy medium, I think we'll come up with something.
Basically, it's a driver's car. For you, like, this is your driver. Like, well, basically all of them are built.
About this car is it has the cage in it. So you got the safety. Like the Camaro over there. There's no safety. Your ass is in the wind. You wreck, you got sheet metal that's gonna try to save your ass. You're probably gonna end up in a hospital. That one there is full risk.
Right.
And if you're gonna run it like that, it should get the rest of the cage in it, and it's fast enough that it should have that anyway. So that's probably another project. but yeah, I mean, we're getting there. I'm excited to see if we could just swap a pulley on here and get something that holds together for a while. If not, then you go back to the drawing board. That's the end of the day. The car is now very, very streetable. It's a joy to drive. It's fun to drive. It has manners, corners. It does things that you wouldn't expect a car this size to do, which is, you know, with the program. But now I think we're just going to seek a little more horsepower so that it goes as fast as it looks. I went through 3 sets of mufflers to get this thing to where it you could hear whistle and exhaust at the same time.
So you had to mute the exhaust a little bit.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a cold start here. This baby should fire right off. How's that for a cold start? How sweet is that? Sweet. Oh no, man. Something about those big blocks. What the right?
She's hunting pretty good.
Yeah, I'm squeezing it. I'm not smashing it. How cool is this?
That's a nice little trip to Mexico there.
Yep. There you go, man.
It's pretty fun.